The human brain is one of the most complex and remarkable organs in the human body. It is a soft, pinkish-gray organ located within the skull, and is protected by the skull's bony structure. The human brain weighs around 3 pounds or 1.5 kilos. The basic functional unit of the brain is the neuron. Neurons are specialized cells that transmit information through electrical and chemical signals. The human brain is estimated to contain around 86 billion neurons. Each neuron has 10,000 connections, making a brain network of 1,000 trillion connections. Now that's more complex than any supercomputer, and yet the brain has an electrical output of just 20 watts, enough to power a very dim light bulb. It makes up just 2% of the body's weight and yet consumes 20% of the body's energy. The brain has the ability to change and adapt throughout a person's life, a property known as neuroplasticity. It requires a constant supply of oxygen and nutrients, which are delivered through a network of blood vessels. The interruption of blood flow to the brain, as in a stroke, can lead to significant damage. The forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain are the three areas of the brain, constituting different parts of the brain. The forebrain is the largest and most highly developed part of the human brain. It is responsible for many of the brain's most complex functions, including thinking, perceiving, and producing and understanding language. It also serves as the integration center for much of the brain's activities. It consists of the cerebral cortex, thalamus, hypothalamus, limbic system, basal ganglia, pituitary gland, and pineal gland. The cerebral cortex is the outermost layer of the forebrain, and is responsible for higher cognitive functions, such as reasoning, problem-solving, and conscious thought. It is divided into two hemispheres, the left and right hemispheres, and is further subdivided into 4 lobes, the frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital lobes. Each lobe is associated with specific functions. The thalamus is a pair of small, walnut-sized structures, deep within the brain. It acts as a relay station for sensory information. It receives sensory input from various parts of the body, and relays it to the appropriate areas of the cerebral cortex, for further processing. The thalamus plays a central role in sensory perception, and the regulation of consciousness. The hypothalamus is involved in regulating various bodily functions, including temperature, hunger, thirst, and the release of hormones from the pituitary gland. It also plays a crucial role in controlling the autonomic nervous system, and the body's circadian rhythms. The limbic system is a complex network of structures within the forebrain, including the amygdala, hippocampus, and cingulate gyrus, among others. It is primarily involved in emotions, memory, and motivation. The amygdala is particularly important for processing emotions, while the hippocampus is vital for the formation of long-term memories. The basal ganglia are a group of interconnected nuclei that are involved in the control of movement, coordination, and motor skills. Dysfunction of the basal ganglia can lead to movement disorders such as Parkinson's disease. The pituitary gland, often called the master gland, helps control growth, body temperature, pregnancy, and childbirth, and the tiny pineal gland helps to control sleep and circadian rhythms. The midbrain, also known as the mesencephalon, is a small region of the brain located between the forebrain, comprising the cerebral cortex, thalamus, and hypothalamus, and the hindbrain, which includes the pons and medulla oblongata. The midbrain plays a crucial role in various functions related to sensory, processing, motor control, and arousal. It consists of tectum, tegmentum, and cerebral peduncles. The tectum is the dorsal part of the midbrain, and is primarily responsible for sensory processing. It consists of 2 pairs of colliculi, superior colliculi, and inferior colliculi. While the tegmentum is the ventral part of the midbrain. Cerebral peduncles are bundles of nerve fibers that connect the midbrain to the rest of the brain, particularly to the cerebrum. They are essential for transmitting motor signals between the cerebral cortex and the spinal cord. The hindbrain, also known as the rhombencephalon, is one of the 3 major divisions of the human brain, along with the forebrain and the midbrain. It is responsible for several essential functions that are critical to survival and basic bodily functions. The hindbrain includes the medulla oblongata, pons, and cerebellum. The medulla is located at the base of the brainstem and is responsible for vital functions such as controlling heartbeat, breathing, blood pressure, and reflexes like coughing and swallowing. The pons is situated just above the medulla and is involved in several functions, including relaying signals between different parts of the brain, regulating sleep and arousal, and controlling facial movements. The cerebellum, located at the back of the brain, plays a crucial role in motor, coordination, balance, and fine motor skills. It helps coordinate voluntary movements and maintain posture. Despite all our scientific knowledge, there's still a huge amount we don't know about how the brain works and why it sometimes goes wrong.